Hello, welcome and welcome back. My name is Aston, and this is my Anne of Green Gables replicant process. You just saw the original image on the screen. It's a photo I took from when I caught part of the series on TV in my Tokyo hotel room. And I am painting this with Nicker poster color and on Muse poster paper, which is supposedly the Studio Ghibli paints and background paper. So as you just saw, I wet it on both sides, very wet. I think what's special about this paper is it can take a lot of water, so you can do like a really wet on wet technique and get that smooth blend. And it also doesn't buckle. It's really amazing paper. And immediately I realized that my paint wasn't thick enough, so definitely certainly the sky part, I figured it out a little bit better for the grass and the dark of the forest, but the paint needs to be much thicker initially. I think at Studio Ghibli they paint straight from the jars of poster color, and I have tubes. It's the same paint, it's just in a tube and not a jar, and I was using it actually from my swatching palette, so it had all dried, and I did spray to re-wet it, but now I know that I need to have thicker paint going in up top. And I made a little sketch, tiny, with a light blue pencil, just marking out the basic areas before I started painting. And right now I'm just trying to put all the very background things in. And being brave here and trying to figure out where the trees go. I was quite overwhelmed by trying to paint this forest, actually. And I think I did okay. But it was definitely the most difficult part of doing this replicant. I'm just learning about contrast and value in a color and tones and tints and shades and all of that. So I don't think my color mixing is 100, but I'm learning. So you definitely need to work in layers with this paint. It's a lot like gouache, and you need to make sure that the layer that you're painting on top of is totally dry, or else you can really smear your underlayers. So I'm really just looking at the source material and trying to put things where they should be in space. So coming back to the trees, trying to get the darkest shadow color, but I couldn't figure it out, so I just kept painting green, like all over the place, too much green. I made this painting in about 6 hours. Okay, it's turning into a jungle now. When I started to try to make more of a frond shape for the leaves, it turned into this like tropical jungle, and I freaked out. I need to scale it back to Canadian pine. So that's what I'm trying to do here, is scale it back to a pine and not a tropical jungle. So I'm not sure if you can hear it, but outside, ooh, it's like enormous rain. Huge summer storm at the moment. So yeah, I did this in a 2-hour sitting, and then another 2-hour sitting, and then another 2-hour sitting over 3 days. So here we go, putting in Anne herself. I didn't want to paint her in. I wanted to be able to maybe move her around if I needed to get it exactly right. So I printed out the image, and I figured out what size I wanted. I'm rubbing just a little pan pastel on the back so I can transfer the drawing onto a smaller piece of poster paper. And this one I did not wet the paper first. I just started painting on it, and you can't really see the transfer image here. It's a little too light, but you can, whoa! I wonder if you can hear that in the recording. You can really see the transfer a little bit better here. So I went over it with pen, and then I tried to match the colors, somewhat unsuccessfully. I think the red in the hair is okay that I made, but the purple in the dress, and I think the off-white apron were both too dark. Anyway, I'm learning, and also had trouble trying to mix the right skin tone, and then there's a slight shadow in areas like where her dress meets the back of the leg. There's a slight shadow, and I don't think I matched the colors exactly, probably in the painting overall, but I really enjoyed making it. I learned a whole lot. I would recommend getting into doing artist replicants if you've never done them before. This is only my third one ever, and my first in like a Studio Ghibli style. And it's definitely not exact, but I really am pleased with the final result, and I really enjoyed it. It makes me want to continue to work on artist replicants. So after I painted the image, I let it dry for a while, and then I went back in after with color pencil. I have two color pencil sets. I have a Prismacolor 36 set and a Derwent drawing pencil 24 set, and they're both wax-based color pencils. They have a different consistency and a different feel to using them, but I do think they play pretty well together. Anyway, before I get to color pencil, sorry, I'm trying to get Anne right and the shadow, and there's a small shadow on the shoe as well, back of her right shoe. So once it had dried, I went in with color pencils, and what I was trying to do was lighten up the dress and the apron by using pencil on top of it, but I don't think that I really did that, although I don't think it looks particularly bad. It just, I wasn't able to make the colors appear lighter. Anyway, that's what I'm doing here. I also love putting color pencil on top of paint, usually acrylic gouache, but poster color behaves a lot more like traditional gouache, and it goes really well on top of poster color pencil. So after this part, I carefully cut out the image with my small, sharp little stork scissors that I use for particularly fiddly small things, and trying to, make a very close cut, but not overdo it or underdo it, and some parts were really fiddly. I had to get out my little tweezers, but I get there eventually. And then I didn't want to glue her down to the image immediately. I just put tape on the back so I could kind of move her around to the ideal position. I do that a lot actually in my paper portraits. Before I glue anything down, I'll tape it. So trying to put her in here, figuring out that she looks pretty good there. And there you have it. I hope you try this for yourself. I'm really pleased with the results. And I'm going to watch the whole Anne of Green Gables series because it's absolutely beautiful. Here's the original image. Thank you so much for watching.